Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I decided to do a tag video because 1, I love filming tags, 2, I feel like I'm just chatting to you guys, and 3, it's one of the only videos that you can sit down with a cup of tea and film. So, it's quite an intense tag. What I do is when I want to film a tag video, because I've done so many already, I just Google YouTube tag video ideas and then I just get loads of random ones, loads of them I've never heard of, but they tend to be the best ones that I've never heard of. So this is 50 questions you've never been asked YouTube tag. I'm sure I have been asked these questions before, but we'll see. You can get to know a little bit about me and I can ramble on and drink a cup of tea. So yeah. Question number 1. What's your favourite candle scent? Probably Yankee Candle, Soft Blanket or Clean Cotton. Probably. 2. What female celebrity do you wish was your sister? Oh, it's really hard because you've got to think of like reasons why. So like, do I want a funny sister? Do I want a sister that can do my makeup really well or do my hair? It's hard. Really hard. I would say I would want, I can't choose between 2 of them because they both have really fab quality, so I would probably choose Khloe or Kourtney Kardashian, because they just seem like A-class sisters, like really supportive, really loving, really funny, good shoulder to cry on and everything like that. They just seem like excellent sisters, so I would pick one of those 2, but I don't know which one. Possibly Kourtney, because then I could be an auntie. Sorry, Khloe. Question number 3. What male celebrity do you wish was your brother? So it would have to be someone that I'm not attracted to, because that would just be weird. So what male celebrity am I not attracted to, but like? That's tough. But I have kind of like weird taste in men sometimes. Like I'm not going to name names because I just feel like that's mean, but or maybe I'll just pick someone married. I don't know, it's really hard. I always think way too much into questions. Who would I want as my brother? I'll tell you who. Like, just because I had to think of someone that I've never been really attracted to, which this does sound mean, but I just always thought he was really cute. So I would pick, just off the top of my head, Niall from One Direction, because I just think he is adorable and he is probably who I would pick, because I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head who I just immediately think, oh my god, you're so cute. So yeah. Question number 4. Question number 4. How old do you think you'll be when you get married? It's hard to say. When I was younger, I thought I would probably be married by now. Like when I was 5, I thought getting married, well, I thought 22 was old when I was like 5. So I always wanted to get married at a younger age, but I'm now 22 and I've never had a boyfriend, so I'm kind of being realistic now. I probably won't get married until I'm 30 something, unfortunately. So realistically I would say like early to mid 30s. Question number 5. Do you know a hoarder? I know several hoarders. My dad is a hoarder and my sister can be a hoarder sometimes. Me and my mum are quite ruthless. Like there are things that I cling on to, but because we don't have a lot of room, we have to throw away stuff because we know my dad and my sister won't. I also work with hoarders, which is really difficult because then you just end up working in a complete clutter zone and you just have to be like, can you just stop? Just put your foot down. Just. Question number 6. Can you do a split? No, I used to be able to when I used to dance, and I used to like at lunchtime I used to go to a classroom and hang out with my friends, and I used to be like, I can do the splits, look at this. But now I am incredibly unfit, pull muscles all the time. I haven't exercised since about 3, I haven't done any exercise for about 3 years, so no, I can't do the splits anymore. Question number 7. How old were you when you learnt to ride a bike? I was kind of old for my age, I think, because all my friends knew how to ride a bike. So it was the summer after I'd left year 6 and I was about to go into year 7, so I was 11. 11 years old, and I learnt in that summer because I just thought I can't go to secondary school and not know how to ride a bike. Ironically, I haven't really ridden much since, and I don't even have a bike, so. But it's the kind of thing that you literally can just go back into. But I'm not a very confident cyclist. Like, I have to keep both hands on, so I wouldn't be able to go on the road because I wouldn't be able to put a hand up to indicate, so that would be very dangerous for me. Question number 8, how many oceans have you swam in? Well, I can't swim, but I have been in, I don't know, I've never left Europe, so I'm really bad at stuff like this. My dad would know. I've been in the Mediterranean, I know that. Apart from that, I don't really know. Question number 9, how many countries have you been to? I live in England, I've been to Scotland, I've been to Wales, I've been to France, I have driven through Belgium. We did get out of the car actually because the car broke down, so we had to get out of the car. So Belgium, the Netherlands, Portugal, Greece. I think that's it. 8. I think 8. Question number 10. Is anyone in your family in the army? Currently in the army, yes. My cousin is married to I was going to say my cousin's married to an army, but that's not right. My cousin's husband is in the army, and that is the only person who is currently in the army in my family. Question number 11. What would you name your daughter if you had one? If I had like complete choice over everything in the world, I would have twin girls, and they would be called Alexa with an E, so Elexa, and then Elena with an Elena. So, and then for short they would be Ellie and Lexi. You know, you just have to stop and think, I've thought way too much into that. But I find girls' names harder to like than boys' names. Like, I have so many boys' names I love. I particularly like biblical names, like you know, biblical names. I can't think of them off the top of my head now. I like Ezra and Elijah and other ones as well, but I feel on the spot. What's the worst grade you got on a test? I don't think I ever got ungraded on a test, so probably an F. But I can't remember what number. I must have got an F at some point because I'm crap at so many shows. Crap at so many subjects. What was your favourite TV show when you were a child? Oh my god, so many. Genuinely so many TV shows. I was that kid that was just obsessed with every show. So like as a small child I was like really into Tots TV, Rosie and Jim, Bananas in Pyjamas, Blue's Clues and those kind of things. When I got a bit older I was all about like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Saved by the Bell, That's So Raven, and just general stuff like that. In fact, about 5 years ago, when I was about 16, I didn't have a job, I just left school and I just watched all of Sabrina the Teenage Witch back to back on YouTube. I think I watched it on, and yeah, the lighting keeps going a bit funny. What did you dress up on Halloween when you were 8? Oh my god, how the hell am I supposed to know that? My mum and dad don't really agree with Halloween. They see the whole trick-or-treating thing as begging. So I didn't go trick-or-treating until I was about 11. And that was, I had to beg a lot to go and do that. So my mum used to like make us dress up at home, and we would just sit at home and have dinner. And there's a picture of me and my sister looking so sad because we couldn't go trick-or-treating. So I'm dressed as this witch and I'm just sat eating my dinner like this. So funny. But when I was 8, I don't remember. The few things I remember dressing up as a child for Halloween were a cat, Batman and a witch. And I think that's all I can really remember from my younger days. And a vampire. Question number 16. Have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games or Twilight series? I haven't read any Hunger Games or Twilight. I don't actually know if I have read Harry Potter, because when they were coming out, my dad used to read them to me as like my bedtime story when I was younger, and we always had them on cassette tape as well. So when we went on a long drive we would listen to the cassette tape. So I don't know if I actually have personally read them, but I sort of have. Question number 17, would you rather have an American accent or a British accent? Well, I have a British accent, although there isn't really any such thing as a British accent. I would probably rather have a British accent, but not my own accent. My accent is really strange because when I'm just talking one-on-one to you guys, I talk kind of well, but when I speak with other people, I talk a bit more common, because I actually do come from like a common area, and I will talk a bit more like this. Sometimes when I vlog, I slip into it a bit and I kind of talk a bit more like this. So it's kind of strange for me because I feel like I'm being fake all the time. But what was the point I was getting at? Who knows? What was I trying to say? I would choose to have an accent different to my own, but then if I did have that accent, I would probably choose to have another different accent. My favourite British accent is the Geordie accent. I love that accent so much. I think it's just amazing. My granddad was actually from Newcastle, but he died when I was 6, so I don't remember him having like a Geordie accent. I don't think he actually did, because he lived down here for a really long time. So yeah, I love that accent. If I had to have an American accent, I would probably have like a soft like southern accent, because I just think they're really, really nice. Question number 18, did your mother go to college? No, she didn't. I believe she's like me and just left school at 16. Question number 19, are your grandparents still married? Yes, my dad's parents are still married. My mum's mum married twice, and both of her partners are passed away, so my mum's mum isn't married. Question number 20. Question number 20, have you ever taken karate lessons? No, I haven't. Question number 21, do you know who Kermit the Frog is? Yes, I know who Kermit the Frog is. What a bizarre question. My friends actually had a like huge Kermit the Frog. It was like 5 foot tall or something, and it used to sit on a director's chair in their house, and I used to love that. I thought that was amazing. Question number 22, what's the first amusement park you've been to? I went to Disneyland Paris when I was like 2 or 3, so that would be that. 23, what language besides your native language would you like to be fluent in? I would like to be fluent in sign language, because British Sign Language, because I feel like that is a language that should be taught in schools, like mandatory. I just feel like it should. I would also like to be fluent in Spanish, because that is one of the, like, I think top 3 languages in the world, along with Chinese and English, I think, I might be wrong, and French, because we're so close to France. So I've been there loads of times, and I always struggle when I go to France. I'm always like, they'll say something, someone will say something to me, and I'll just be like, oui, bonjour, oui, au revoir. So yeah, I would like to do that, but it's just having the time to learn stuff is hard, because I'm a very slow learner as well. Do you spell the colour as grey with an E or grey with an A? I would spell grey, G-R-E-Y. Number 25, is your father bald? No, my father has a fabulous thick head of hair. Question number 26, do you know triplets? I don't know triplets. Someone I used to work with had triplets, but I never met them, so close. Do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? My heart, like, Ryan Gosling is one of my favourite people in the whole wide world, but Titanic was here first, man. Titanic was like the first film that gave me all the feels, so it's got to be Titanic. Come on now. I just want to stop filming this now and go watch Titanic. 28, have you ever had Indian food? What sort of a question is that? Of course I've had Indian food before. Question number 29, what's the name of your favourite restaurant? I am such a foodie, I couldn't pick one restaurant. Talking chains, I love Wagamama and I love Pizza Express. If we're talking independent restaurants, there used to be a restaurant in, not my town, but a town fairly close to me, and it was a Chinese buffet, and I used to be obsessed with this place. Every birthday my parents would be like, what do you want to do? And I'd be like, I want to go to the restaurant, I want to go to the buffet, but it's not, they had a revamp and it's not the same anymore, but apparently it's better. Apparently they do like all sorts of food from all over the world, for an all-you-can-eat buffet, so I haven't been back there, but I would quite like to. There's also a restaurant in another local town to me that I used to go in a lot as a child, which I loved. That was an Italian restaurant. I'm not saying names because there's no point, and I also don't really want to give away where I live. I don't remember the name of this restaurant. I went to a lovely Italian restaurant last year in, I can't remember if we were in Worthing or in Shoreham, but we went there for my great-grand's funeral, and the evening before that we went to this amazing restaurant, and I had, oh my god, it was so good, and I've literally just had a brain blank on what it was. No, it was gnocchi. Was it gnocchi? Oh my god, I've forgotten. Crab. It was a seafood. Hate myself for forgetting. I literally had it like crab. It was crab. Was it crab? Oh, it couldn't have been that good if I'd forgotten, but I do actually remember eating while I was eating it, like, this is the best damn thing I've ever had in my life. I've spent so long on this question because I literally just love to talk about food so much, but I'm just going to stop now. Question number 30. Have you ever been to Olive Garden? No, I haven't, because I've never been to America, and I believe that's the only place you can find an Olive Garden. Number 31. Do you belong to any warehouse stores like Costco's, BJ's, etc.? No, I don't. I've never even been to Costco, and I would quite like to go to Costco, but I would need a membership to do that. Number 32. What would your parents have named you if you were the opposite gender? Well, I kind of am the opposite gender because they thought I was going to be a boy. I was going to be called Jack. And then I came out a girl and they were like, well there, what do we do now? Question number 33. If you have a nickname, what is it? God, why did I read that like that? If you have a nickname. Someone at work calls me Hannah Montana. Some people call me Han. Don't love Han, if I'm honest, but it's okay. Like, I won't hate you forever if you call me Han. I realise it's just shorter. Sorry that I'm fiddling. I have like a sticker stuck to my slipper and it's really itchy. So I don't really have a nickname. Someone occasionally at work calls me Hannah Montana, but it's very rare. Someone else calls me Hannibal because we often joke about getting married and her surname is Ball, so I would be Hannibal if we were to get married. But yeah, I've never really been someone who has nicknames, to be honest, which it makes me sad because I have loads of cute names for my sister because she's called Emily, so I call her either Millie or I'll call her Mills, or sometimes I call her Mills on Wheels. So yeah, I want a nickname, but my name is crap. You can't really do a lot with my name. Hannah Banana, people have called me, which I hate as well. Question number 34. Who's your favourite person in the world? Wow, that is broad. That is a broad question to answer. I can't say my mum or my dad because I can only pick one person, so that would be mean. So I will go with the answer that my 11-year-old self would have given, and that is Matt Willis from Busted. Still like the one celebrity that if I was to see him in public I would like freeze up and be like But saying that, once I was drunk on the tube with my dad, we were going home, and I don't know if I thought I heard it or if I did hear it, but someone said, or may not have said, is that Matt Willis down there? And I'm very drunk. And I just go to I'd look at my dad and I'm like, where? And I go storming up the tube carriage and I'm like this, like, where is he? And he either wasn't there or ran away from me. I don't think he was there, but I just suddenly turned into like a scary stalker lady, and that was embarrassing. Would you rather live in a rural area or in the suburbs? I think where I live now is kind of a good middleman because there's shops, you've got countryside, you're only 50 minutes on the train away from London. So where I am now is probably a good little mix. Little mix. Number 36, can you whistle? Sort of. I can whistle on an in and then occasionally on the out, but I can't do it in a tune or anything. So it kind of just goes a bit like this. not very good. My mum's really good. She can do like the fingers in the mouth and they'll, yeah, I can't. I'm crap. Like I've just summoned all the birds outside as well. Do you sleep with a night light? No, I hate light when I'm trying to sleep. I have an extension lead that has a light on it and I have to shove it under my bed whenever I try and sleep because it literally is like the sun when I'm trying to sleep, if I'm honest. Question number 38, do you eat breakfast every morning? No, 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 no. I'm not prepared to eat anything until about 10, 11 o'clock. So no breakfast. A packet of crisps at 10:30 in the morning when I get to work. Question 39, do you take any pills or medication daily? Nope, I do not. Question number 40, what medical conditions do you have? None that I know of. I could be riddled with something and I wouldn't know. I currently have an ear infection. How many times have you been to the hospital? We're going to not include times that I have been for other people, like to visit people or to go as moral support with people. And if we just count the times that I have been for me, I can count them on one hand, I'm sure. I've gone to A&E for a sprained toe. I damaged the tissue in my foot. I've gone for a consultation on having my tonsils out, which never happened. I have gone for a minor operation. I think it was called phrenomectomy, something like that. I had some skin here that I had lasered off. And I might have gone for a consultation for that, so that would count as 5. And I think that's it. I would really avoid going to the hospital at all measures, so I would only really go if I absolutely had to. And I don't think I've been for anything else for myself, so very lucky. Question number 42, have you ever seen Finding Nemo? Of course I've seen Finding Nemo. Where do you buy your jeans? My most recent pair of jeans I bought from ASOS. Topshop jeans are amazing. Primark, I buy a lot of jeans from Primark. Probably the majority of jeans I buy are Primark. So yeah, Primark, Topshop, ASOS, Zara, I do good jeans as well. What was the last compliment you got? I don't know. Possibly maybe a YouTube comment? But I don't know. Usually remember your dreams in the morning. I would say about 95% of the time I do, and quite vividly as well. What flavour tea do you enjoy? I enjoy your standard, I think it's like English breakfast, like milk 2 sugars kind of tea. How many pairs of shoes do you currently own? Oh wow. About 20 pairs of trainers alone. So I would take a stab in the dark and say 40, 45 maybe. I did get rid of like 9 pairs the other day though, so maybe not as many as I think. What religion will you raise your children to practice? I won't raise my children to practice any religion. If when they get to a certain age they feel like they would like to practice a certain religion, that's okay. But I was raised, well, I wasn't really raised as anything. My parents were both christened because that's kind of like that was the done thing when they were children. So, but they weren't really raised with any religious influences in their life, and neither was I. I wasn't raised to be anything, I was just raised to be myself. And I'm sure if I were to have said to my parents, I want to be this, I want to be that, they would have been fine with it. There were times where I used to go to church with my friend. When I used to stay over her house, we would go to church together on a Sunday, and I enjoyed that, but I didn't have any connection with the religion. But yeah, I won't raise my children to be religious or to believe in a religion, but we'll be completely fine if they come home from school one day and say, I want to learn about this, I want to learn about that. That's cool. Question number 49, how old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real? I don't remember. Question number 50, why do you have a Tumblr? Why do you assume that I have a Tumblr? I do have a Tumblr. I've been using Tumblr since 2010, so that's a really long time, and it's very different to how it was when I used to use it. I use it now very seldomly. Maybe just go on reblog the odd picture. So yeah, I definitely am not as active as I used to be. I used to spend hours on Tumblr perfecting everything. Tumblr back then was kind of like what Instagram is now. But I just have Tumblr because it's like a force of habit, I suppose. I have one account which I just post pictures of food on, which I hadn't used in a really long time, but I kind of just stumbled across it a few days ago and just uploaded a couple of pictures. I've had that blog for about 5 years, I think, and for some bizarre reason it was really popular and it has over 80,000 followers, which is just really bizarre to me. Sometimes I think I could just delete all the pictures of food and just make it like my personal blog, so I have 80,000 people on there, but it's a bit dishonest and a lot of people would probably unfollow. But yes, I have been recording for a super duper long time, so well done if you are still here. Those are all the questions. As this is a tag video, I know I should tag someone, but I just want to tag anyone that wants to do this. Even if you want to do it down in the comments, that's fine too. You don't have to make a video to answer some questions. You can do it in any way you want to do it. At the end of the video, I could just sit down and film tag videos all day long. I really could. But that is me wrapping it up. Thank you very much for watching. All my links will be in the description for Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and all those things. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you guys very soon in whatever my next video may be. Bye.
What are we fighting for?